Hi, beautiful Taurus. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Taurus, this is your monthly read for April of 2024. And before we get into it here, I just want to say that right now I do have a discount. You won't find a discount in the description box because, I mean, these videos are up here for eternity, basically. And so I haven't written anything about it, but if you listen to this video and you catch it before, and I've extended the offer here to you specifically for YouTube for the month of April. So if you listen to this going past April, then the discount is no longer. So I have 25% on my sessions right now on my prices for my for personal reading. So if you're interested in one, please check it out in the description box and send me a message. Okay. Also, thank you so much for your likes, your subscribes, your donations. I see them. Thank you so much. I don't have time to thank each and every one of you, but I see them and thank you so much. I see that already there's a little bit of a glitch in the camera. Nothing's wrong. The internet is off. There's no sort of interference when it comes to signal or anything like that. It's the energy with the camera that is a little bit not working right now. And sometimes days are better and sometimes days are worse. And today seems to be one of those days when me and the camera we just don't jive. So I apologize if it's a little bit like not looking too good on your end. I hope you can sort of overlook that and just listen to the message. So let's get into it, Taurus. Excuse me. Get into it here, Taurus, to see what's going on for you for the month of April. You're going to have a big eclipse happening on the 8th of April. And I think it's so special that I will do a specific reading about it. So check out the eclipse reading. I haven't posted that. I haven't made it yet. That's going to come up after Easter. So depending on when you listen to this, go and see if there's an eclipse video, because I think that's a game changer. Let's see what's going on for you, Taurus. Let's see if we can have some cards come out. We're going to go deeper and deeper into the message and then end with the fairies to see if they have something extra to tell you for the month of April. Some foundational energy here, please, for Taurus. Did I say Aries? I know it's Taurus. Maybe I didn't say Aries. I just thought it. Taurus. I think I thought about the eclipse being in Aries. There you go. Owl. The owl. Follow your intuition. And it's interesting because we have a lot of moons there. Right there. Like a big... They just continue on and on and on in the background there. We have a lot of butterflies, which speaks about humongous transformation. Like those are like so many butterflies down here. And the owl for me represents the 360-degree vision, like a broader perspective. It's also about wisdom and seeing things very clearly, having an overview of things. This might mean that you're taking a step back to sort of, for the month of April, like you're taking a step back to have like a clearer overview of what's going on in your life, or that you want a clearer overview, like you want to have a perspective on things. You might want to take a step back to sort of get clear on, if you're sort of like really into something, that's how you're into it. It can sometimes be a little bit difficult to see the details, to understand why a situation is going on, and etc., etc. And if you just take a step back, or you just look at something from a different angle, from a different perspective, from a different viewpoint, and just a different version of yourself is what I'm getting as well. Like if you look from a different version of yourself, how does one do that? Like maybe not take your usual route. And this is something that comes out around this eclipse. I just feel like it's inspiring you to do things out of the ordinary. Like it inspires you to, if you go to work every single day in a specific, or like you go to the gym or you go to the store or you go to see certain friends, or like you do whatever you do in your daily life, excuse me, that requires you to go a certain direction. If you instead of turning right, I'm sure that if you turn left at some point, you're gonna go where you need to go to get to the place where you need to be. Instead of thinking I can just be the most effective and get to the quickest route there, that's what the GPS does. It puts you to the fastest route there. But if you can sort of sleep on the other side of the bed, if you're two in that bed, like switch sides, even if it feels like really uncomfortable, to just get out of your comfort zone and give yourself something new, or take left instead of right when you go places. So if you go to work, maybe have like 10 minutes extra so that you have time to explore. If there's something you find on your way there, like to not just be having every little minute counted already. It doesn't leave room for anything new to come in. If you're constantly on the clock, on the dot, leave room, leave space, look at it from a different perspective. Can I do this differently? Can I face this differently? It's so much about like use your wisdom, get playful about it. What can I do to trip myself up? Like, how can I bring in an adventure into this situation? That seems to be like the overall energy here for the month of April. Like, look at it from a different perspective, take different routes, challenge yourself a little bit, and leave extra room. Like, leave extra space for something to happen. Leave extra minutes. Don't be rushed out of the door. Don't set the alarm for like the very last minute to something. Set the alarm 20 minutes sooner, or get out the door 20 minutes sooner than you thought of, and explore and see what new things wants to come into your life that you just don't have time or space to receive it, because it's always on the minute or on the second, which doesn't leave room for the universe to surprise and come in with play. Interesting beginning here. Okay, going deeper into this message with this as a foundation, what do we have for Taurus, please? And even I just felt this, like, if some Tauruses have a situation right now that is a little bit tricky, or like a big challenge, or you just found some news out that is not very positive or something like that, like, how can you look at it from a different, it's not just one way of looking at things. Like, there's as many ways to go about something as the way that you can have the perspective of it. So like, and we have the all here, like 360 degree, and then follow your intuition. Like, it doesn't say follow your mind or follow your knowledge or follow what you always have followed before, or, it says, can you look at this from a 360 degree angle all the way around? Use your wisdom and use your intuition to look at something or to go into something in a way that you've never done before. So even if it's a tricky situation that you're dealing with, or something you need to, like, you feel like you need to solve it, or whatever, it might not have happened yet, depending on when you listen to this. It might not have happened yet. So when it happens, it's like, okay, I don't have to be alarmed. I don't have to look at it the same way that I usually look at it, or get like really annoyed about something. Like, is there another way that I can look at this? Just to ask that question seems important. Seems what's inspiring this month. What do we have for Taurus, please? Ace of Ariel. It's your lucky day. New resources. We have solutions. Look at that. And being shown a new path. Being shown a new path. We have Ace of Ariel, which is all about like getting new opportunities, new resources. That can be time, it can be money, it can be someone comes to offer you something. Messages that you've been waiting to hear is finally coming in. I'm getting someone might be like in the hospital and been waiting for a while to hear back about their tests, or if they run tests or something, like in their for their physical apparatus. I just feel like there's those messages are coming back, and it's Ace of Ariel, so that is obviously positive messages. This is like a very lucrative opportunity, high vibrational, really positive energy. And I mean, together with this 360-degree vision, or like using your wisdom and your intuition to follow like whatever's going on, we have solutions here. It's like you're coming into a change for the better. If you have felt any sort of stuckness, or like there's been stagnation in the energy, or you've been applying for a job or several jobs and you just never hear back, or it's never a yes, or you've been looking to do something perhaps new or start up like a side business or like a hobby or just anything really, and you might have been a little bit slow going, like this is a month where you really are going to get into the creative sides of it and get the opportunity, get the finances for it, get the support. And because we have solutions and 10 of Gabriel, so this solutions card is, do you know what? This is interesting, Taurus, and this is probably, or obviously, not going to be for everyone. Rarely do I pick up this forgiving energy around this card, but I do that today. And it's like, there's something, in order for you to move forward, just if the cards don't pop up and get thrown on the floor, I throw them there. And that might actually be a part of the message. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. If you hold a card in your hand, please just keep it there. You don't have to throw them around so that you create like extra work for yourself. If there's something about like making it harder on yourself or harder for yourself than it needs to be, and maybe you are harder, like you're not easy to forgive yourself. It's almost like you're coming into solutions, like you have all these opportunities, and like look at it from a different viewpoint, a different standpoint. And like there's so many opportunities here, like right in front of you. And there's something about like seeing this clearly, or having this bird's eye view. It helps a lot if you forgive yourself, like in the terms of don't be so hard on yourself. Like you should be places already, or you should have understood this already, or or if you have like an aha moment, instead of getting like really excited about an aha moment, it's like, why didn't I think of that before? It's like a judgment there. And today you're in the solution, but you really feel like you're like things are lightening up, or like you're on the right path, or things want to show themselves clearly to you. There needs to be a release of the judgment towards yourself. Like forgive yourself for the sometimes harder path that you're choosing that needs to be. Like we don't have to throw things on the floor just to create extra job, extra work. And it is interesting because the card that I actually threw on the floor is all about that. This is like feeling like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. You might even be like a little tense in your neck and in your shoulders for no apparent reason. You might think it's because you sat too much like on your phone or on your computer, or like slept in a certain way that like it's a little bit, I think this is due to just being tense, feeling like you have too much things to deal with. And like the guides really wants to show you a different path right now. It's like, this is we've done the basement, the basement, you know what it's like to create extra hard work for yourself. I'm just seeing someone sitting on the couch feeling guilty. And so Taurus, if that is you and you're like I should be up doing this, at least I could put like a bash of laundry in the washing machine, or like, I could have done this by now, or I shouldn't just sit here and do nothing. Like there's a guilt trip going on that you should do more, or if you get sick, like instead of just fully get recovered, there's no like rush to recover, but to let the body recover in its own pace. And then instead of when you're sort of almost just there to, okay, now I can be up and running again, like to really take your time, let the body recover, and and really get into what is your natural pace. Let the body show that to you, and don't feel guilty for choosing that, you know? And if that is sitting on the couch an entire day, then so be it. Like, you don't have to feel guilty. So it's almost like you need to have stuff to do to feel validated. You need to have things line up for you so you can say, I did this and this and this and this today, and therefore you feel, now I'm worth something, you know? This is a quite profound message. So instead of sitting on that couch and feel guilty, sit on that couch and like, it's a choice. I'm choosing this. I'm choosing this extra space for myself. I don't have to choose the hard stuff anymore. I don't have to put so much on my shoulders to carry, especially if it's not mine. I'm speaking for you. You're being shown a different route. Like, take this route now instead. Go through this portal and choose something new. We're in the lightness of things. Like, you really, I mean, this 8 of the April, depending on when you come in, if you haven't already, depending when you listen to this, if that hasn't happened already, that probably is like the biggest portal of this month, like to step through into something new, to make that on purpose, to just choose, okay, I might have made it hard for myself like previously, but as I enter through this portal on the 8th of April and beyond, you're choosing lightness, you're choosing solution, you're choosing support, and things come easy to you. And it's a 10, it's a completion. Like, we don't have to, you know, hustle around in the basement and make it extra hard. Stop throwing cards on the floor. Okay, going deeper still, what do we have for Taurus, please, for the month of April? I just feel like you could have such an easier way of life if looking at it from a different viewpoint and choosing something new. Mental conflict. So you are a little bit stuck, going back and forth. Wow. Okay, so we have disruption, the Tower, and this is what happens, like, okay, we have mental conflict. So I just feel like, okay, so you have 1 foot in the old and 1 foot in the new. You are well aware of this. I'm not saying anything that is like, what? I'm not doing that. Like, you are like, yep, me, that's me, like, check, check, check. And you're so well aware of it. And sometimes, isn't it annoying that we're aware of what needs to change, but we sort of need to change it before it actually changes? It's not enough that we know about it. We have to do something about it. So choosing this new, and it's not like you're dragged into like, choose something new that's really hard. You're really inspired and really called to choose whatever is your true passion, your true purpose right now. And so it's like a little bit, but like a push and pull here. I just feel like you're comfortable in the old, but you still want the new. But then you're comfortable in the old, but you want the new. And so then this happens. So don't be too alarmed. The Tower moment always comes in as a, well, you wished for a new job. You wanted this partner. You wanted out of this relationship. You wanted more money. You said you needed this shift in terms of your health or your body, or like whatever. If you are getting too stuck here and you just can't find your way to move into whatever it is that you want to move into, there's going to be a nudge from the universe. And the universe will nudge you in the direction that you want, but it might feel a little bit more brutal than, like, if you hate a job that you go to every single day and you keep repeating, like, I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. But you don't quit the job. There's going to be a way for the universe to say, okay, we're going to let you go. And you might hate it on the first day and you might hate it on the second day and get almost a little bit panicky. Then remember this. Something's happening right now that you're inspired to look at and view from a completely different viewpoint, standpoint, different version of yourself even. You're in the solutions. So if there's something happening that's like going to push you into something that you want, it's towards solutions. It's not towards more work, more hardship, more, but it's like, you know, if you've been thinking about a relationship that you want to leave and you want to leave or like at least you're questioning it and like you don't know, then finally they're going to leave you. Or finally something happens that is like so in your face that it's like so easy, hard, but easy to make the choice. So one thing is to walk before that happens. If you have something right now that you need, like you know it needs shifting, and then you come in with the energy from around the 8th of April that just shines such a light on that, or such an energy, like whatever you're doing, it's going to be so amplified that it doesn't hold up anymore. If you can sort that out before that happens, that's going to be really good, okay? Let's do some final final messages from the fairies. What do we have for Taurus, please? Can I just say, and this probably might be for like one or two people, you might be dabbling in other signs right now. Like there's something about Taurus that when I say Taurus, usually like when I say Taurus, it's like Taurus. Taurus is like it's so obvious what Taurus is, who Taurus is, if we generalize Taurus and what a Taurus is. There's something about Taurus this today, and maybe this is all about like looking at yourself from many different viewpoints, a different point of you, a different point of view, but also a different point of you. That I just feel like it's, and that's quite good for Taurus, because Taurus is sort of quite set in their ways. Like you can count a Taurus, like they don't really stray too far from, like this is stability at its best, and it's like they're a rock, and they're like, you know. But there's something about Taurus this time, I just feel like you might really look into, if you're Taurus sun, you might really look into your Taurus moon right now. Or if you're Taurus, like you have a big thing of Taurus in your chart, you might look into your chart right now. Like it might be something you're doing right now that like, okay, yeah, I am Taurus, but also I have a heavy like load of Cancer in my chart. Like it's like you're doing something that just makes you understand much more how vast you are. You're not just Taurus, like you're a whole setup, okay? Positive expectation. And I love this. This is like, it's in Swedish. Positiva förväntningar is positive expectations. And I just love this image because it's like it's darkness and it's like still and it's excitement. We're waiting for something. But I think you're going to hear what you're waiting for in this stillness. This is what I mean with like create enough space around you or enough time. It might mean that it's like literally too much clutter around you or like too much stuff in your life to not be able to welcome in any more things or any more people. Or like it's too crowded in your mind, or it's about not creating enough time to explore something new. This is all about like staying positive and expect positive things to happen. And you'll find them mostly right now and for the month of April if you create more time and space, like and to just be still and feel it coming from the black matter, like it's all there for you to just grab hold of. Okay, that is what I have for you, beautiful Taurus. Thank you so much for watching, and happy April, everyone. Bye.